Although Vivo isn't a brand you would prefer when it comes to buying phones in the premium segment, there is very few evidence against the fact that the company has been on the forefront of innovation when it comes to smartphone design and latest technologies. Vivo was the first one to introduce the in-display fingerprint scanner in its phones, and it also took the audacious risk of adding a full display screen with the implementation of a pop-up selfie camera in its Vivo Next smartphone last year. The applications were later picked up by other brands and are now on the path of becoming mainstream on every smartphone. Now the challenge for Vivo was to bring these innovations down to the mid-range segment phones, and with the launch of the V15 Pro, Vivo has done just that. So without any further ado, let's dive right in and see whether or not the V15 Pro lives up to the hype. The Vivo V15 Pro is not the slimmest phone in the segment, but the way Vivo has crafted its latest smartphone is really commendable. On the rear side, the phone sports a glossy gradient hue finish and the panels are curved to lend a comfortable hold to the user. There is also a textured pattern on the back which Vivo has named to be the ripple design, which adds to the aesthetics of the smartphone. The next highlight, like you would expect, is the pop-up selfie camera shooter on the top edge, which to the surprise of the users is very sturdy and executes a buttery smooth movement when summoned. Owing to this selfie camera, the screen on the front gets all the real estate, and more essentially it is free of any notch. The only problem that users might find with the design is the camera protrusion on the rear side, which is situated on the black strip running down the selfie camera shooter on the rear side of the phone. Also, the plastic frame of the phone is another drawback which Vivo could have possibly addressed. When it comes to the display and screen, the Vivo V15 Pro does not disappoint, as it sports the best OLED panel in the segment, which is a 6.4-inch Full HD Plus screen with very thin bezels on the front. The biggest advantage of no notch is that you will be able to stream and watch videos without any hindrance on the V15 Pro. The brightness of the panel is also good enough to maintain its legibility under direct sunlight. The colors on the screen are also vibrant and the display produces true blacks. Driving the performance on the Vivo V15 Pro is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 mobile platform manufactured on the 11nm fabrication process. The chipset consists of Cryo 460 gold cores clocked at 2.0 GHz and 6 Cryo 460 silver threads running at 1.7 GHz each. This entire setup is paired with 6 GB of RAM, which makes this phone a solid performer in the mid-range segment. The Adreno 612 GPU is like a cherry on top for the gamers, owing to its impressive graphics capability, thanks to which running PUBG Mobile at high frame rate was a breeze on the Vivo V15 Pro. Software side of things, the smartphone boots Android 9 Pie with Vivo's FunTouch OS on top. The V15 Pro uses two methods of authentication, the in-display fingerprint scanner and the face unlock. However, there is no 3D mapping on the face unlock functionality of this phone, which makes it a tad bit vulnerable. Also, Vivo's custom UI is something which could do better with a lot of improvements, including system icons, overall design and the keyboard. Moving on to other things, the device also features a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is a must for users who are looking to play PUBG Mobile on this handset. Also, Vivo is bundling a decent pair of headphones inside the retail bags, which is a good thing. As for the connectivity options, the phone offers dual VoLTE, dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0 support. Lastly, the Vivo V15 Pro packs a 3000 mAh battery unit which goes from 0 to 70% in an hour, thanks to the company's dual engine fast charging technology. In our video loop test with brightness set to 50% to 70%, the phone averaged 14 hours and 30 minutes, which tells us that the phone can be relied on to last an entire day without any issues. Moving on to the final section of this review, which is of course the cameras. The V15 Pro packs some impressive prowess owing to the triple rear cameras present on the back. The phone has a 48 megapixel lens, 8 megapixel wide angle shooter and a 5 megapixel depth sensor on the back side. The camera app interface has been designed to take full advantage of the massive screen, which adds to the shooting experience. The camera also offers several modes like standard, portrait, night and pro mode. Do make a note that the 48 megapixel shooter present on the rear side of the Vivo V15 Pro is the Samsung GM1 sensor and not the Sony sensor present on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Honor View 10. On paper specifications aside, now let's talk about the real life performance of the Vivo V15 Pro. In daylight, the camera pulls off some very impressive shots with vibrant colors, details and depth. The bokeh mode also performs well as the edges come out in fine detail. The wide angle mode on the camera is also very convenient addition, and if you know when to use it, then it might come really handy, although there is a slight chance that you might get some images with the warping effect. The low light pictures on the Vivo V15 Pro also turn out to be good, except in some cases the bokeh mode tends to go a little off its way in bad lighting. The Vivo V15 Pro is also the first smartphone in the world to pack a 32 megapixel selfie shooter. The 32 megapixel selfie camera does a decent job of capturing details, but also sometimes tends to overexpose portrait shots when the beautify mode is turned off. Here are some of the camera samples captured using the Vivo V15 Pro. As for the videos, the phone is capable of recording 4K footage in 30 fps, and in case you would like to shoot in higher frame rate, then you can do so by switching to 1080p Full HD settings. The electronic image stabilization on the phone can also render stable footage, which is a nice addition to have around. Wrapping things up, there is no doubt that the Vivo V15 Pro is an innovative offering with all the latest quirks and bragging rights. Apart from the plastic frame design, there aren't any significant drawbacks to the device. Combined with good design, display, and the phone also performs well for its price. However, for someone who does not mind giving up design for more power, the Asus Zenfone 5G at Rs 25,000 is an offering which competes with the Vivo V15 Pro. Even we have the Poco F1 with Snapdragon 845 chipset at Rs 20,000, which is also a good buy considering the affordable price point. The Vivo V15 Pro is already available for purchase in India at Rs 28,990 for the 6GB and 128GB storage variant. That's it for this review, guys. Hope you have liked it. If yes, hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more in-depth reviews in the future. This is Chakri signing off for now.